Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones on this Sunday afternoon. I came out here to get a little R&R, and these people were freaking out about how cold it was going to get here. And I just left a frozen tundra called Chicago, so it's funny. But I still got my turtleneck on just in case. But it's supposed to be like back into the 80s, like tomorrow or the day after that. But listen, let's if you're new to the page, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I just wanted to stop in and talk about a few things. Let me get over here where I could get out of this sun a little bit. Well, I just keep walking. Hey, I just want to talk about sowing, watering, and reaping. Sowing, watering, and reaping. And this is about stocks, okay? But this is going to be my stock and my inspirational video all wrapped into one, right? Let me see if this will do. Sorry about that wind, good people. But listen, right now we know that the market started out this year negatively, right? Just a lot of people panic sold, a lot of people panic sold in the red. And then on Friday we have this comeback. This comeback in the market. The Dow, the S&P hit all-time highs, and there's a lot of panic selling going on. In Bitcoin, in crypto, all of crypto, and the stock market. But this is what I want you to focus on, because this is a time to be focused. In the stock market, it's a stock picker's market. Now we have to get smart, focus in on long-term investments. Even now, I literally think that this is still one of the best opportunities to get into some long-term plays. Nvidia, as high as it is, as expensive as it is, even if you started to dollar cost average right now in small amounts and then buy chunks in on red days, that you will be okay 3 to 5 years from now, especially 7 to 10 years from now. Tesla has been selling off, right? The love affair with EVs have waxed cold, right? Chicago, the charging stations, which I don't understand. If you live in the Midwest, I don't understand why you would only have one car in that damn EV in the Midwest, knowing that if you cut that heat on, there goes 40% of your charge. That's just common sense. And not have a charging station at your house. That's a whole nother story. But it has waxed cold. But it will reboot. And so while everyone else is panic selling Tesla, I'm looking at Tesla going, man, I'm going to start buying some. If it keeps falling off, I'm going to start buying. So remember, we here at Stock Up, we are fire people. We are firemen and firewomen. We run towards the fire. We don't run away from the fire. We run towards the fire, especially when it's a fire sale. And some of these stocks, even now, Tesla may, get down to the 180s and all of that. I get it. But why wait? Why not start dollar cost averaging now, just in case? Because Tesla has its own spring. It hits points and it just bounces like a ball. Let me get behind this where I can get a little less wind for you guys. I'm not going to stop. But listen, I also want you to look at stock like Nvidia, and Tesla more than Nvidia, because Tesla is on the downtrend, Nvidia is on the uptrend, right? I want you to zoom out 2 years, and I want you to look at Meta, Facebook. I want you to look at the big sell-off it was having, how it was plummeting when the CEO left their core customer and started chasing the metaverse and all of that, put billions of dollars. He was making stupid decisions. And I want you to go out 2 years, and I want you to see how far down, especially 3 years, I want you to see how far down it sold, but then I want you to see how much it came back. And had you started to planting your seeds is planting your seeds, but you got to water them. DCAing is the watering part, but then there's a harvest that comes down the road. And so that's what I want to talk about. What is that stock for you? What's that stock that's beaten down, but that you know have true value, that you know is going to be up 50, 30, 50, 100, 200% in the next 10 years, right? The next 7 years. Now, I know some of you are saying, I don't have that much time. Stop with that. That's foolishness. Society has told you that. That's a lie. Don't buy that lie. You do. You do have time. Listen, when we go in and we make these plays, right? Like DWAC, my warrants are killing it. The stock is killing it. The more he surges, the more money we're going to make, right? But that's a swing trade for me. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy or to sell. So when I get through taking my money from that, I put it into these long-term stocks, the one that I don't have to worry about. These good blue chip companies. And some of these companies are on their way to becoming a blue chip company. So I want you to start to search some of the stock I actually mentioned to you and see where opportunity lies. Okay, good people, that's what I want you to do. Sowing, watering, so you plant. So there's a scripture, whatsoever man soweth. All right, so I'm messing that one up. I'm thinking about another scripture. What you sow is what you reap. The Bible talks about that. What you sow is what you reap, okay? So, and that's a spiritual thing that goes beyond stock. So I'm gonna tell you, what you sow is what you reap. But with your stock, you gotta sow, you gotta plant, you gotta water, meaning you got to. For me, watering is when those stocks go down and they become oversold, then that's when you buy more or you simply dollar cost average. To me, that's the watering, right? And then you wait. You wait for your harvest. You don't say when the harvest is. You just got to wait on the harvest. I'm talking about long-term investing. For those of you that are just in for the hot plays, those of you that are just doing options, blowing up your accounts, when will you plant, water, and then get a harvest, right? That's what I want to talk about. So when you sow, how you guys doing? All right, so y'all cold. See these girls, where y'all from? Y'all not supposed to be cold. This is hot. This is hot. I'm from Chicago. Hey, daughters, how y'all doing? Happy birthday. So this is, I'm out here in Florida. These Floridians, it gets down into the 50s and they talking about it's cold. Y'all, this is a joke. This feels like I feel overdressed with a turtleneck. I'm gonna go take this off. But listen, plant, water, and then wait for your harvest. Now, let me just end by saying this. Whatever you sow, you will reap. If you're a negative person, if you're lying on people, and you're sowing, you're disparaging things, you're sowing deceit, you're sowing division, you're sowing hate, that you shall also reap. You know, there's a saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? For you mothers and fathers out there, I'm shifting it real hard. You know that your son or your daughter out there doing no good. You know they're involved in smash and grabs. You know that stuff is thrown up at your house that ain't yours and they ain't got a job. And you watching this, and you closing your eyes, whatsoever you sow, you will reap. Whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. And that goes for you that's turning your blind eye. I'm shifting right now because this is what I feel like somebody needs to hear. Start sowing good things, speaking life over your kids. Sow that. Speaking life over your kids, speaking health and wealth over your kids, you and your finances, your health and your wealth, your neighbors, your loved ones, the people you work with. Start speaking life over them. And for goodness sake, speak life over yourself. Sow that. Because whatsoever a man sows, so shall he reap. You will reap what you sow in the end. You may think you're getting away with whatever you're trying to get away with, But there's a reap that's coming. I don't worry about haters because they will sow what they reap, right? I'm sowing into you guys prosperity. I'm sowing love. It sounds corny, but that's what I do. I love people. I absolutely love you guys. So that's what I sow. And when I'm dead and gone from this earth, I'm telling you that my legacy will live on because my harvest will still be here. You guys making money, my family taken care of, you guys being positive, you guys speaking life, love, and liberty over everybody. That's my inspiration for today. For those of you that don't know, this is what I do on Sundays. This is how I get down. I am a non-apologetic believer, right? And that's who I am. And you cannot, I'll end by saying this, for those of you that's sowing all of this foolishness, you can't say you love God without loving his people. It's impossible. I can't say, oh Lord, I worship you, God, I worship you, and I hate his people. You can't do it, it's impossible. You broke the law, right? So I'm gonna ask you again, what are you sowing? What's gonna yield a harvest for you? What are you sowing? What are you sowing in this world? And then what are you sowing in the market, right? So I'm sorry, hey, you guys know I'm gonna be me. And that's all I can be is me. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I love you guys. Listen, sorry, that wind. Listen, make sure you check out the links below. I'm not gonna talk about the class. Just check it out. Go in there and just go scroll through and see if it fits your needs, all right? And one of the things I'm gonna tell you is this. Invest in yourself. And I'm not talking about the class. I'm just talking about in anything. With your health, with your wealth, what you eat, invest in yourself. Invest in some recipes. So invest in a gym. Invest in financial learning. Whatever you need to invest in yourself first. Okay, we're gonna talk about that at a later date. It's getting real windy out here, but it feels good. I love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.